I have faith that we may yet stop the ritual. We would surely have detected the associated etheric disturbance had Titan manifested already. But I cannot speak for the prisoners. 12 have mercy. That they would even contemplate sacrificing their own flesh and blood, brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers. Time is of the essence. We must see what else Gabu knows and formulate a plan without further delay. Okay. The beast that mourned at the heart of the mountain. I heard Great Father Titan loves crystals. Cherishes, covets, loves them, and if we gather enough, he will return. That's why the Patriarch told everyone to go forth and gather them. So I was thinking, if we take all the crystals away, maybe the Great Father won't come? Very good, Gabu. I was just thinking the same thing. Do you know where these crystals are stored? I know. Ooh. Several spots, each defended by a different order. Gabu wanted to steal them, but he was too afraid to go alone. Yes, too afraid to go alone. I knew I was forgetting. It's me! But together we can take them away and hide them. Come! Gabu will lead you to the first cache. Alright then. That's gonna be... I think it's gonna take us to the stronghold, wouldn't it? Yeah, it's probably so. Quickly! Oh. This is the cache? Do we have them all? Good. Lead on, Gabu. This way! How much you want to bet they're luring us into a trap? Yep, here's the other cache of crystals. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to lead us into a trap. Time is short. If you have the crystals, we should move on to the next cache. Do you hear me, brother? Brother? Aye, it's just that... I'm quite certain that crate once bore Ishgardian seals. Someone took great pains to remove all traces, but enough remains to make out a pattern. See for yourself. I struggle to imagine kobolds traveling to Kurthas to obtain crystals, much less bothering to conceal their origins. I suspect these crystals were smuggled into Vilbrand by another party, most likely a pawn of the Asians, as Thancred speculated. I don't understand. Who are the Asians? Do they worship Great Father Titan too? Never you mind about that. As Alize said, we do not have a lot of time. Can you lead us to the next cache, Gabu? Yes, of course. Gabu knows the way. The next one is the last and very large. I'm pretty sure it won't be a lot. Okay, I see it. There we go. Looks like Alize is prepared. Though you cast about for a time, you see no sign of crystals. Are you sure it's here? Confound it. What about you, Brygarn? Any luck? Nothing! But this cannot be! Gabu saw them! Spotted, saw! Seesaw! Think, brother, think. They must have moved on then, or they must have moved them, yes? The question is, where to and why? Within Ogumoro, where they summoned Titan once before and mean to do so again. It is the only explanation. What about Mother and Father and the others? We have to help them! And we will, Gabu. We will. Stay calm. We still have time. They have yet to call for the remaining crates, yes? If they had, then they would have found the other caches empty and sounded the alarm. Nevertheless, I believe the time for stealth has passed. We must breach the navel and seize the remaining crystals. There is no other way to prevent Titan's summoning. But first, give me your crystals, that I might deliver them into Commander Bloden's custody. We dare not take them into the bowels of the mountain. Yeah, sure thing. I was wondering who was fighting off. The crystals, Brygarn, if you would be so kind. Yeah, I grabbed a whole 2 crystals. Thank you. I shall deliver them to Camp Overlook for safekeeping and brief Commander Bloden on the situation. Pray go on ahead. As I recall, there is an aetheryte within the Ugamaru mines that should deliver you to the navel. Gabu doubtless knows the way. Wait for me there. I shall join you anon. Strange. I would have thought you eager to remain in the thick of the action. But if this is what you would prefer, then Godspeed, brother. I can't hear you over this epic music. Good lord. And here it is. Oh, looks like someone's gonna take on Titan himself. Oh, Godspeed, buddy. I take it this is the aetheryte we must seek. Right then. As soon as Alphino arrives, we go. I trust you're feeling suitably heroic, Brygarn. There's no telling what sort of resistance we'll face in there. Quickly, you clods! Briskly, swiftly, quickly! I will not suffer any further delays! Lay down your arms and surrender. We have your crystals. There will be no summoning this day. Overdwellers? Here? But how did you... Where are my parents, Patriarch? Where are they? Are they dead? Mother? Father? Coke for the furnace? You monster! How could you? We are but servants of the Lord of Crags. We are his, and he may drink of our blood and partake of our flesh, and that he might draw upon the strength of his children and defend them from the tyranny of the Overdwellers. No, Alize, not yet. I understand, Patriarch. I do. Your fear, your anger, your hate. You would do anything to protect your people, anything to deliver them from despair. Whatever it takes to ensure that those who threaten you can never do so again. But in your single-minded pursuit of this objective, you have brought suffering on your own kith and kin. You have sacrificed the lives of the very people you sought to protect. But it need not be this way, Patriarch. Renounce this bloody cause. Cease your attempts to summon your god and work with us, together, to build a lasting peace. Another peace to the abandoned at the overdwellers' convenience? Oathbreakers, all of you! Liars! Betrayers! Oathbreakers! You take and you take and you take, and when ye have had your fill, you sue for peace. You promise that this time is the last, until you grow hungry again. And when we dare to defend ourselves, you declare that this beast tribe cannot be suffered to live, that our god drains the land of ether and brings naught but suffering, death, destruction, suffering upon us all. I will hear no more lies from you and yours, Overdweller. You've ruined our own lands. You will not ruin ours. I said I'd come for you, and I did. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Say something, please. 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 What's going on? Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Oh God. 7 hells. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Oh, you better not. Alphino, leave it to me. Bonk. You better not touch him. We must away. Oh, Alphino. Are you gonna take him on your own? Oh. You thought about it for a second. Damn. Even when we tried to prevent it, he still woke up. Jesus. What even happened? Was it the plea from that little kid? By the 12, how could I be so foolish? I should have known better than to let Gabu accompany us, given what we were like to find. His anguish and despair had served to birth a primal, just as surely as would the supplications of the faithful. Worse, being born of such tumultuous emotion, this incarnation of Titan seems incapable of naught but violence. If we have one cause for optimism, it is that while many crystals were present, they represented but a fraction of the quantity intended for the summoning ritual. Meaning that Titan must be far weaker than planned. Be that as it may, he is yet a primal, and the longer we leave him to bleed the land of Ether, the stronger he'll grow. And should Titan be permitted to leave Ogomoro, more lives will be lost. The Maelstrom will rally their troops and cycle will continue. Rygarn, you know what must be done. Will you face the Lord of Crags once more? Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Oh, hell yeah. Alize and I will attend to Gabu. When you finish with the Primal, look for us in Camp Overlook. We'll be expecting you. Oh, I have to do this in hard mode. Fuck it, I'll do it. Hell yeah. I've been listening to his song like non-stop in my head. Yeah, no, I didn't expect for us to do this twice in the main story quest. Oh wait, he's actually speaking something now. He's just saying, I'm here. Oh, wait a minute. He's saying the exact same things as Gabu was saying. Wait a minute. I said I'd come, I'm here. What? There's no way he's saying this. That is fucked up. Yeah, no, there's actually no way he's saying this. That's fucked up. It's like he's reading through Gabu's mind. Oh. I almost forgot that wasn't even a thing. Okay. It's just stuff I had to run away from. Now to reveal his heart. Mother, father, I can't find you. Oh my god. That is completely fucked up. Why did they do this? It's breaking my heart. Oh, here we go. Time for the best part. Wake up! Sorry, I'm just dancing to the beat. Wake up! Do you really think that that's what the lyrics are saying? I know it's probably in English, but maybe that's what it is in a different meaning. You did it too early, buddy. And done. Wah. There we go. Perfect. Didn't think we'd actually beat him again, but it definitely felt different this time. He was speaking the same words that Gabu was saying to his parents. Alright, time to go back to Camp Overlook. God, that just breaks my heart. It's like, poor Gabu. Ah, there he is. Did I not tell you he would return safe and sound? The deed is done, then. Titan is no more. Good. Then there has been enough tragedy this day. He has been like that since he regained consciousness. We believe he can hear us, but he has made no attempt to respond. He is almost certainly still in shock, but we cannot discount the possibility that he succumbs to the Primal's influence. Should that prove to be the case, he must be put to death, like any other thrall. Such is the Alliance's policy, yes? You have the right of it. But we must not rush to conclusions. After all, we once feared that Ezeal's followers were beyond reason, and many have since laid down their arms and accepted Ishgar's peace. We can but watch, wait, and pray. Poor guy. I want to give him a hug. Beneath a star-filled sky. There is naught to be gained from dwelling on an eventuality over which we have no control. Much less one which may never even come to pass. Let us tend to more immediate matters, informing Commander Bloden of Titan's demise, for example. You may be certain that he will be glad of the news. Would you be so kind as to break it to him? Alright, can do. Tide! Ah, you're a sight for sore eyes. When the others came back without you, I feared the worst, but they said you had matters well in hand. All settled then, is it? I'm glad to hear it, but not half as glad as my men'll be. Believe you and me. Regardless of whether or not he was summoned properly, a primal's a primal, and there ain't a soul in the maelstrom that hasn't lost a friend to one. And don't get me wrong, like, we were all prepared to do our part, but we weren't so naive as to think we'd live to tell the tale. Thankfully, of course, it didn't come to that. Which, my friend, sounds to me like cause for celebration. Now I know you lot have places to be, but why not stay the night? We'd be honored to raise a glass to the triumphant return of Titan's Bane. Very well. Maybe we could comfort him a bit more.
Who goes there?
It's just me.
Oh, it's you. Forgive me for straying from the camp. He hasn't been feeling too welcome, to say the least. I thought a change of scenery might do him good. But, alas. It's so quiet out here. The stars spread out before us, beckoning across time and space. Dawn may banish even the darkest night. How bitterly beautiful, those words. I should be stronger for all my experiences, yet my heart aches more than ever. I never understood why Grandfather gave his life that day. I thought that if I came here, I would find the answers I needed. But when I finally laid eyes on the land he sacrificed everything to save, saw firsthand the bickering, the pettiness, I was disappointed. I was angry. I could not fathom How these people were more deserving of his love than his family, than me. Nevertheless, I had to believe he had good reason. I was determined to uncover the whole truth of the calamity and, perhaps in so doing, find my own purpose in this sea of chaos. My travels have been enlightening, but I cannot say that I have enjoyed them. I have lost count of the many petty crises that I was helpless to resolve and of the people whose actions I could not understand. There were others, of course. Good people. People with whom I felt a kinship, whose lives I could not save. I found myself asking what it was all for. Why try if I was doomed to fail in the end? But then I recalled grandfather's words to my father, years ago, before he left Charlayan behind forever. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. We must all protect that which we hold most dear in the manner of our own choosing. We have to try, do we not? Of course, it's one thing to try and another to do. There were times while I was tracking the warriors of darkness when I faltered, when I was afraid. But then I thought of my brother, of Urianger. Oh, pray forgive me. This conversation has been rather one-sided, hasn't it? Mayhap you could recount some of your adventures in Ishgard.
I traveled far and wide with two companions, Estinian and Ezael, who were under some rather unique circumstances. I had the pleasure to fight alongside Sir Emmerich, but Alphino and I came at last to the Dravanian hinterlands.
Gods! They must have been at each other's throats from dawn till dusk. I dare say you managed to keep the peace, though. Merely being in the presence of the Warrior of Light is surely enough to shame anyone into behaving. The hopes and dreams of so many rest on your shoulders, Warrior of Light. As long as the sun rises, we can but carry on, for the sake of those we hold dear.
To what end dost thou cling to the tainted gifts of the Mother?
Every tool has its purpose. Even this. Well, what is it?
The seeds sown in Vilbrand have been plucked from the earth and left to wither. Alas, Titan's demise sufficed not to drive the kobolds to deepest desperation.
What did the man in white have to say?
That we are to proceed as he did first set forth.
Well, that's easy for him to say. It's not his bloody world on the brink of destruction, is it?
Be thou well reminded that with an end to Ishgard's unrest, naught now remaineth to preoccupy the Scion's thoughts, and thus may they devote their every energy to thwarting thee and thine. I foresee only greater difficulties ahead.
Foresee? Are you sure you don't welcome them? I'm starting to think you might hold a candle for your old friends after all.
Pray do not mistake mine intent. I but look upon the path which lieth before us with due trepidation. Shouldst thou be of like mind, pray consider then another course. For the power to invoke the ardour belongeth not unto the Asians alone. With thine own hand strike down thine enemy, the so-called hero who would see thy home lost to light. Do but this, and thou wouldst at a single stroke disrupt the all-too delicate balance of this realm, plunging her straightways into chaos.
You do realize what you're suggesting, yes?
To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. The words of my teacher, and a creed I hold close to my heart.
Very well. Draw him out. We'll make it quick.
It shall be done. What good a creed one cannot uphold? What hurts soothed? What lives saved? Oh, hapless fool, what hast thou wrought by thine own hands? Minfilia, my friends, I shall not now beg your forgiveness. Full deeply though it paineth me to walk it, I shall not stray from my chosen path. As Moonbreeder remains steadfast, so too shall I.
God, if they ever find out, then they're gonna ask him, like, why is he following the path with the Warriors of Darkness then? Why is he going in that direction? They really seemed that, like, too obvious until that point. Like, yeah, that's definitely Urianger. What ho, Brygon? I trust you had a good night's rest. I was but this moment speaking with Thancred and Y'shtola with via Link Pearl. They had some interesting news to share. Apparently during the course of their respective investigations, both came across crates which had once borne Ishgardian seals. 'Twould seem that someone in the capital has been very busy indeed. Accordingly, the Temple Knights have launched a full-scale investigation. Sir Amric believes that it is the only matter of time before the culprits are found, but we shall have to wait and see. In the meantime, it seems only prudent to look into the recent activities of the other tribes. In case they too are flush with Ishgardian crystals, and with that in mind, I suggest we pay Urianger another... Wait, where is Alize? She was here a moment ago, with Gabu. Is she not with us? Hello? Ah, there you are. Ah, let me guess. It's time to leave, is it? My apologies for disappearing again. If it is any consolation, I have already packed my things. How is he? Brother? Commander Bloated? Something tells me you're not solely here out of concern for his welfare. But to answer your question, there has been no change. He will not speak or eat. I'm not even sure if he slept. If he did, he seems none the better of for it. He just shuffles about with that same expression on his face. You will look after him, won't you, Commander? And treat him with every kindness? He's still in there, I know it. Beneath the anguish and the despair, he's still fighting with all his heart. He deserves to be given that chance. Until he comes back to us, until we know for certain what has become of him. You needn't worry. If he hadn't risked his neck to warn us and help you secure the better part of the crystals, this could have turned out a damn sight worse than it did. You will not soon forget that, and nor will Maelstrom Command. I'm so sorry, Gabu. I truly am. You should never have been made to. And I know I cannot possibly understand. Mayhap there is nothing I can do or say. The pain, the anger, the helplessness. Hold fast to the memories of better times. Remember them as they were. And when it hurts so much, when your heart feels fit to burst, let it burst. Let it burst and fill up again with your love for them. And never, ever forget. Come along, little one. I will remember them. And you, Alize. Thank you. Have faith, sister. Your words have reached him. In time, he will recover. And those who orchestrated these events will be made to answer for their crimes. A thousand times over, there will be a reckoning. I just want to hug the little guy. I feel so bad for him. It really reminds me of a loss that I've had, but that's neither here nor there. We have heard the glad tidings of Ogamoro, my friends. By the grace of the 12 and your most valiant efforts, the people of Limsa Lominsa may rest easy. I should like to think so, yes. Though we failed to prevent the Lord of Crags from manifesting, we did succeed in weakening him, enabling our friend to dispatch him before the Warriors of Darkness could make matters worse. 'Twas by no means an unmitigated success, but it will have to suffice. Then let us speak of another matter, one which weigheth heavy on my lady's mind. As thou didst request, I sought out the Garoon oracles, that we might better understand the aims of the Warriors of Darkness. Though their copious use of allegory defieth any single interpretation, the oracles paint a most disturbing picture, one of worlds parallel to our own, apart yet linked, reduced to ruin with every umbral calamity. 7 times have they succeeded. Then of 10 and 3, only 6 worlds remain. Aye, All is as my lady Menphilia spake into thee. As for what becometh of these reflections when they and the source are rejoined, frail flesh undone in umbrial fires, each soul surrendereth to her call, to flow unto the endless sea, there to endure as one and none. Then if the warriors of darkness succeed, everyone in their world will die? In essence, aye. The verse speaketh of the renunciation of the flesh and subsequent return to the life stream. However, this fate may yet be preferable to the alternative. For if the first were to fall to transcendent light in the manner of the warriors of darkness described, it would give way unto a void wherein none may know either life or death. Far better to die, they reason, for in death there is life. The essence of a soul which returneth unto the source may be born anew, saved. Such at least is their belief, I surmise. If that is true, then... gods, no one should ever have to make such a choice. Ere we speak further on this subject, I would share with thee another recent discovery. 'Twould seem that several sizable shipments of crystals have been delivered into the hands of certain Alamegan parties. Alamegans? Strange. And you believe this will be the work of the same Ishgardian smugglers who supplied the beast tribes? I know beyond a shadow of a doubt. And lest thou wonder at their motive, I would remind you that the Asians did once attempt to bring about the summoning of Ralgar. The individuals who took receipt of these shipments are refugees belonging to a group devoted to the cause of Alamegan liberation. It may also interest thee to know that their Ishgardian suppliers appear to be none other than the remnants of Aline Royale's network of spies. Surely you jest, and yet it is not so surprising. Bereft of leadership and hunted by the Alliance, I can well imagine such villains being desperate enough to conspire with the Asians, assuming they even know or care who their new employers are. All of which is irrelevant. Forgive me. We must seek out the resistance group which received the crystals without delay. Will you come with me to Alamigo, or Little Alamigo? Yes, sir. Yes, of course. I should like to hear what they have to say for themselves firsthand. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal. God damn it, they're gonna find out eventually. Alfino, Alize, Brygarn, are you three listening? Good, I have tidings. The Temple Knights raided the smuggler's warehouse less than an hour ago. A cursory interrogation of the prisoners yielded confirmation that they were in the employ of, and I hope you're sitting down, a man in black robes. Then you have them. And the crystals too. What few remained, Regrettably, it would seem they dispatched one final shipment in the hours before we struck. 'Twas bound for Little Alamigo, we are told, where it will be received by members of a local resistance group. Since Sir Amaric's men no longer have need of my services, I have a mind to head that way. As do we. By happy coincidence. We learned of the shipments but a few moments ago. Huh. And there I was, thinking I might finally be one step ahead of the Warrior of Light and his little helpers. Wait a moment, there's more. And I defy you will not be surprised by this revelation. The leader of the Ishgardian smugglers was formerly in the employ of one Aline Royale, the infamous Ivy herself. Once again, Thancred, I fear I must inform you that... Thancred, With whom else have you shared this information? About the smugglers? No one. As I think I mentioned, the raid was less than an hour ago. I was planning to contact Y'shtola next, but there is someone else you would have me notify first? No, there isn't. That could be a bad thing. What in the world has gotten into her? It is twice now that we sought Urianger's aid, and twice she has treated him as if he were a stranger. The Archon was one of the grandfather's most dedicated pupils, and spent as much time as the Leveler estate as we did. He's practically a member of the family. Truth be told, I struggle to recall a day from my childhood when I did not see the three of them laughing together. If this continues, I may have to raise the matter. Later, though, little Alamigo awaits. Alright, I'm coming with you. I will get to the bottom of this. Oh, forgive me. It has been a long day. And did you have something to say? Urianger? Oh, I've always struggled to understand what's going on in his head. Now more than ever. Listen, Brygarn, if anything should happen, it should be me who... Just know that I am prepared to do what must be done. Right then, to more pressing matters. Since we have no idea where Thancred might arrive, I suggest we see what information we can gather in his absence. When we were free. So, to review, we are reliably informed that the members of the We are reliably informed that the members of the Alamegan resistance operating here have taken receipt of several large shipments of crystals. Our task is to ascertain who and why. Given the size of the settlements, I find it hard to believe that anyone here could be wholly unaware of the resistance movements. The challenge, of course, will be finding individuals who are both able and willing to share such information with outsiders. It would seem sensible to divide our forces, Brygarn. Why don't you question the residents in the eastern half of town? Alize and I will do the same in the west, and afterwards we can rendezvous here to share our findings. Alright. Now where have I done this kind of quest before? The resistance? Damned if I know. It's not as if I'd be any use to them. If you set a store by all these tales of secret weapons, good luck to you. But I'm too old for the masks' bedtime stories. This is our lot, and it's time we got used to it. Let me guess. Come to join the fight, have you? No need to deny it, friends. You're not the first to answer the Griffins' call. While he's lit a fire in every Alamegan's heart, he's also inspired more than a few Oldans to pledge themselves to the cause. And little wonder the Garleans won't stop until we're all under the yoke. I see you there, going around asking questions. Looking for the Griffin and his lot, I bet. Seems they're all the talk of the little Alamigo these days. Folk wondering what he's about, what he's got in store for the Garleans, and what's under that mask of his, of course. Some say he's hardly got a face, what with all his scars. Others reckon he's been marked for death by the Empire, and that they'd send a bloody legion and if they knew he was there. Well, your guess is as good as mine. Well, so much for that. I suppose I should ask what you learned, but I think I already know. This Griffin seems to be the leader of a newly formed faction within the Resistance, the Masks. Yet despite their growing popularity, no one seems to know much about them. only that they are the most aggressively militant group to join the movement in recent memory. Indeed, many claim their commitment to the cause of Alamegan liberation is unrivaled. We can but hope their revolutionary fervor is never channeled in the direction of a primal. Though I feel confident that this is the group which received the crystal shipments, yet we yet lack proof before taking any action, I would speak with the settlement's leader to confirm any suspicions, and mayhap enlist his help while I'm about it. Given that you and Gundobald are already acquainted, mayhap it would be best if you took the lead, shall we? Yeah, we remember helping out with them before. I don't know if it was under, like, the Crystal Braze's help or through Raubon. Much as it pleases me to see you again, Brygarn, I cannot help but wonder if I should be worried. I hear you and yours have been asking questions. The Griffin? I know of him, as do we all. He and his masks have become a leading faction within the Resistance. Though there was a suspicion at first given his secretive ways, he quickly proved himself a charismatic and capable commander. Men are drawn to his passion and his vision. They truly believe that he was what it takes to lead them to a victory. Even I cannot help but admire the man for what he has accomplished. But I have not forgotten Wilfred. I was blind to the danger of his ambitions, and you were not. The Griffin will soon deliver a speech to our people at the Sunken Temple of Karn. Wait, I have to go there? Go and see him with your own eyes, weigh his words with your own heart. How convenient. 'Tis but a pity Thancred is not here to join us. You two go on ahead. I shall stay behind and wait for him. Don't tell me... Yeah, it looks like I just have to rendezvous. I was like, don't tell me we have to actually go in the temple. Like, you know how poorly... you know how poorly that dungeon is, right? And I've been there several times trying to level up most of my lower leveled classes. And you'd be forced to do that. Has it begun already? I hear voices coming from within. Okay, good. They don't want us to go through that again. You don't want to have us go through the slow trials of the temple.
Brothers and sisters, 20 years ago, Alamigo, our home, was claimed by the Garlean Empire. In our haste to overthrow the King of Ruin, we turned a blind eye to our foes in the north. With our glorious revolution, we but laid a path for a new tyrant to succeed the old. And when confronted with our failure, we fled. Not a day goes by that I do not think of those we left behind. Think of them and feel ashamed. And I know each and every one of you feels the same. We abandoned them, our own flesh and blood, to labor till their backs gave in and their breath gave out, building the twisted steel ramparts which now mar our once majestic mountains. We abandoned them, the brave and true, to fight and die for their country, or worse, to be conscripted and sent off to rob another poor bastard of his home. We abandoned them, the meek and powerless, to bow and scrape when the Garleans pass, to sully themselves that they might live to see another day of misery. The Black Wolf may be dead, but a new Imperial Viceroy reigns in Alamigo now. A beast, not a fraction as merciful. You all know the Eorzean Alliance will do naught to oppose him. For all their promises and platitudes, they will not act if there's no profit in it. Only we can free our brothers and sisters from the Empire's tyranny, my friends. Only we have the courage to stand and fight. They have imprisoned us. They have enslaved us. And they have murdered us. But no more! Blood demands blood, and the Garleans shall pay for every drop they have spilt upon our lands. This I promise you, for we have a power within us, my friends. A power befitting our pride, our righteousness. Only join us, and we shall grant you the means to unleash it, and together we shall see the Alamigan standard raised over the mountains of Gia Albania once more!
A power befitting their pride. Not at all ominous, that. Wait, is that...
Huh?
What are you two doing here?
The fuck? Oh, they're part of the Resistance, are they?
I could ask you the same thing.
You just randomly find them?
Well, well, this is quite the surprise.
What are you doing here?
If you see what I see, if you feel as I feel...
Might I suggest we continue this conversation in more agreeable surroundings?
For it is not strength of arms that will win this battle, but strength of heart.
There's no way we just randomly find them in a... like in a rally. That's actually funny. Yeah, those were the last two Scions of the Seventh Dawn that we left behind. So now that just concludes our search. I think we've seen every single one of them. Words cannot express how glad I am to see you both alive and well. And you, though it was pretty obvious you and Brygarn would be fine. The Crystal Braves never had a realistic chance of capturing any of the Scions, divided as they were and distrusted by the better part of Eorzea. But if you truly believe that, forgive me, what exactly have you two been doing all this time? Repaying a favor. After the banquet, we had no choice but to flee Ul'dah, and we would not have been able to do so without the aid of some old friends from the Resistance. That's right, they smuggled us out of the city and sheltered us in the little Alamigo, all at great risk to themselves. Obviously, we couldn't let that go unacknowledged, so we offered to help them out of their operations for a while. When we learned of the Scion's exoneration, that Lolorito had severed all ties with the Crystal Braves, and that General Raubun has been reinstated, we resolved to make contact, but having long since discarded our link pearls as a precautionary measure, our options were rather limited. To make matters more complicated, we were embroiled in a delicate operation at the time, leaving me with little choice but to entrust a letter to a courier. I gather from your puzzled expressions, however, that you never received it? Oh. Well, to be honest, we thought this might happen. While the masks were happy to let the refugees spread the word within the community, They're pretty strict about communicating with outsiders. Oh, and we also heard a rumor that the Griffin doesn't want us meddling in his affairs. The Griffin mistrusts the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Curious. It is well known that we are no friends to Garlemald. One would think the man we saw beseeching all and sundry to join his cause would welcome our support. Ah, I should say that the man you saw was not in fact the Griffin, but an impersonator, and a talented rabble-rouser to boot. 'Twould not surprise me if he were responsible for the majority of these public appearances. As you may have gathered, the Griffin is an extremely cautious and distrusting man who has made every effort to conceal his identity. Even when we participated in a raid under his direct command, we were not permitted to approach him. It's hard to know what to make of it all. The secrecy, the impersonators, the masks. What? It's not as if I'm making all of you wear one. And mine only covers half my face. It's completely different. Anyway, when we heard the Griffin was due to give speech, we thought it might be a good opportunity to get a better sense of the man behind the, man. For all the good it did. And now you have heard now you've heard the whole of it. But tell me, what prompted you to take an interest in the Griffin? Summoning? You're not serious. I can't believe it. The Resistance would never even entertain such a ridiculous plan. But the Griffin? Well, the man is an enigma. I cannot say with any confidence what he would or would not do. Well, what I can say, however, is that the speech we heard today was not the first to make a reference to a power capable of defeating the Empire. The masks have made many such claims of late. I confess that I had assumed to be a mere bluster, but in the context of the shipments of which you spoke, it is not impossible that they are alluding to a primal. Whatever it is, we'll find out together. And if anyone tries to stop us, they'll answer to me. Indeed. That is, assuming you'll have us. Like never before. Yeah! So now all of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have been reunited. And nothing of value was lost. Looks at Minfilia. Honorable heroes. If, as you suspect, the Griffin is indeed plotting to summon a primal, we must needs obtain confirmation while there is yet time to act. To that end, I propose we question his double. Given his role as the group's de facto mouthpiece, I should not be surprised if he were one of the Griffin's closest associates. And while we may not be aware of the most sensitive details, he can probably tell us the mask's plans in broad strokes. Like the man whom he impersonates. However, he is wary of outsiders. He will not expose himself without a suitable incentive. My plan is as follows. You and Alphino will pose as adventurers fallen on hard times, inspired by his words to take up arms for a notable cause. Ida and I, as members of the Resistance, will recount tales of your past achievements and testify as to your usefulness in the struggles ahead. With our enthusiastic assurances still ringing in his ears, he will decide to welcome you in person, and we'll arrange a meeting. You will need to look the part that we might maintain the charade until we have him cornered, at least. Here, this should be enough to purchase suitable garments from Talbot, and have him rub a respectable amount of dirt on them for good measure. Any questions? That all seems simple enough, thank you. And with that, Brygarn, let us be off. Is he gonna make us wear it? No, we had to go back to Alamigo. Eh? You want to buy what? I don't know what you're up to, but I want no part of it. Give him the money. Shake a shake a shake. Well, hell, you're the ones with the gill. And seeing as you're friends of Papa Limo. There, tunic and slops for the both of you. Tailored and, treated to your tastes. Now off with you before someone sees us together. Clothes maketh the man, as they say. Right then, I will go and change and see you at the spot Papalimo marked on our maps. Of course. Wearing the weathered shepherd's tunic and slops. Let's see. Unable to change gear, insufficient. Okay. Looks like I'm gonna have to make space. Again. I hate when this happens.